Yo, she's not answering my DM. I went to her Instagram and then I DM'd her. And like I didn't know that Instagram has a limitation of like saying when DMing for the first time. And I said I want to say stay Gigachad, like how are you doing, something like that. And then it let me only type stay Gigachad. So only that term went to her, and like she's been donating for me for 5 days.
What?
Then I asked Legalia to like make her talk. Yeah.
Just yeah, stop DMing her, and it's all good.
Bro, I typed only like I typed stay
Good.
giga shit and that's it. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if she's not DMing you back, maybe she's busy. So maybe you should DM her again, and like that's how you do it, right?
But you can't. Like
you can't.
You can only type like as a first message in Instagram. You can only type one, and then you have to wait until the opponent accepts it.
Wait, you didn't get her contact when you guys were on that date?
No, I did not.
What?
You should've.
But Stoops was trying to steal her, by the way. Stoops was keep like donoing on Legali's channel, keep saying that, yo, like give me her Kakao talk.
What do you
her
mean
contact.
steal her? She was never fucking yours, bro.
Yo, I
What
mean,
do you
bro,
mean steal?
bro, I mean, steal, like,
When was she
as
ever?
steal as a medal, like, giga shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, well, the real question is, and maybe we could talk about this later when we get in. Like, have you talked to her since, other than like messaging her on Instagram and having her donut wall you?
No. The last time I talked to her is on that day.
Oh
yeah,
no.
and then on that, what's it called? On midnight of that very day, like Legalia DM'd me, yo, I have a surprising news. She actually liked the date, and I said, yeah, not surprising. And then he said, like, what do you think of her? And I said, yeah, she's good. And then he said, is that all? And I said, yeah, she looks like Taiwanese and smells like Taiwanese. Yeah, and then yeah.
What?
Wait, what does how do you smell like Taiwanese?
Like I can't demonstrate that. Yeah.
Can you describe to me, like, what does it smell similar to?
Like hot, like sniffer, like yeah, nice.
Hot sniffer. Okay, got it. I mean, I'm not sure if I can really figure out what that smells like, because I don't think I've ever smelled Taiwanese before, but it sounds like it smells really good.
Yeah. Of course.
Are you sure it wasn't the food that you were eating?
I mean, girls normally like smells better than the food. Yeah, tasty. So
Got it. Oh, okay. I'm not very experienced, unfortunately, so I don't know. So I'm glad that you're able to let me know. What about you, Benji? Do you agree with Memo? Is that how girls usually smell? I'm sure you. I feel like you probably have a ton of experience.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean,
Of course.
yeah. Okay. So
How do
they smell
girls
good.
smell?
Yeah. How do girls smell? I need to know. I need to learn, because it's both of you guys seem to have quite a bit of experience, but I'm out here like it's been a while. All right, it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess they smell good, but I don't know about the sniffer part.
Is that not how you riz up a girl?
No, bro. No, I don't.
Well, I might have to DM both of you guys later separately to learn a little bit more, because honestly, it's been rough. It's been rough. I think it's been like 5-6 years since I've had a girlfriend, so I need some help.
5 years?
Yeah, like 5 years. It's been a while. I need some help. But I'll DM you guys separately.
We're on the same boat.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh! Wait, Benji, what if I come to Korea?
Yeah.
And then we have Legalia set us both up for a double date.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, yo,
I'm
let's
down.
go. Let's go.
What about Memo? Why?
I mean, are you
What's
Korean
Memo?
American? Like, yeah.
No, I'm not Korean.
Why is Memo so like? Are you comfortable, Memo? Or
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, bro, like,
it looks like
why
you're
do I look
sick.
so? Why do I look so half dark and half bright? Oh yeah, it's because of the nice room setting, bro. Yeah, you know where I live? This place is um somewhere in the bottom of Seoul. Yeah. Anyways.
Somewhere in the bottom of the soul. Got it. So wait, before we hop into this, actually, the chat is saying like, do I know Korean? And the problem is I don't really know that much. But if I were to try to rizz up a girl in Korea, can you guys tell me what I should say?
Oh, that's Memo's specialty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, Memo. Can you teach me what I should say to a Korean girl to try to rizz her up?
Uh, what I learned from YouTube is that like I watched some of the YouTube, and what they do is that you just ask her straight up what you want. Like you just like go to a random girl and whisper her like what you want. Like I want to have it like that. And yeah, I'm not even joking. Yeah.
How do I
But
say that in
honestly,
Korean?
like honestly, that thing I think it only works on the West, like
Oh,
on the
really?
EU and NA. Like walking to a random girl and whispering to her like you want to have a sex. Like
Oh,
in
okay.
Korea, if you do that, if you go to jail, you straight up go to jail in Korea. So what I do is that I pretend as a foreigner, even though I am a foreigner, fake Korean.
Uh-huh.
Ask for like hi, like do you know where's the subway? And the subway, what I meant is the real subway, like what I'm saying, oh the station, and then like she led me to a fucking like sandwich subway, and I'm like nice, yeah,
Nice.
yeah, nice. Yeah. So you act as a foreigner. I mean, you are a foreigner, right? So just ask a question, and then like
Mm.
yeah, do something good. Yeah.
So the key is to not to act like a foreigner, so I don't actually need to speak Korean.
The
Uh,
key is to act like a foreigner, I think.
yeah. The key is to act as a foreigner, and then like try to show off some little bit of like scuffed Korean, like phrase that
Yeah, that
yeah,
does work,
like
yeah.
to make you look kind of cute.
Damn.
I go up to him and go,
Memo Rizzer.
oh, that's what I'm saying. So do I go up and go like onion haseo, chingu chingu bingu?
No, no, you go to jail if you do that.
Wait a
Yeah, I
second.
don't know who is doing that, but yeah.
Okay. Got it. Well, thank you. These have been very,
Yeah.
this has been very informational for my next trip to Korea whenever that happens. And I look forward to being able to, start following the footsteps of Memorizer Senpai in the art of memoriz. But yes, but thank you guys for coming onto the podcast today. I really appreciate it. Both of you guys for taking the time out of your days. And I think both of you guys are like streaming at this time normally. So you guys, doing this for me, I really appreciate it. But I first, to start off the podcast, would just love to kind of get caught up with everybody and like how both of you are doing. Cause I know Benji, you recently have finished your walkathon. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then Memo, I'm assuming you are deep in the minds of creating the Echidna guides for us. So thank you for that as well. Thank you for your services. But just wanted to catch up and see, like, first with Benji, like, how was the walkathon? Like, how was that whole experience?
It was a piece of cake. No, I'm just kidding. It was
I believe it.
actually a lot tougher than I thought it would be. Holy shit, did I overestimate myself? And
Really?
I underestimated the walk, yeah. It was actually pretty tough. But it was good experience in general, yeah. I mean, I think it was pretty meaningful. Just going out there, seeing a lot of green,
Oh, I haven't seen
getting
that in
some
a
fresh
while.
air, getting some vitamin D. Holy, yeah, that was pretty good.
Did you get tan?
Oh yeah, dude, you want to look at my hands? I don't know if it shows. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can
My
definitely
wrist
see it.
part?
I can see that.
Yeah, that's from holding up the camera the whole time.
Oh my gosh. It's time to go for the full tan though. Just get the rest of your body tanned. Easy.
I guess so. Yeah.
Would you do it again?
On foot? No.
No?
No, no, not right now. No. Maybe in the future if I feel like it. Maybe.
Got it, got it. So if you were to go next, like what would you do instead if it wasn't on foot?
Either I'd make it very short.
Wait, hold up, hold up. What the fuck is Stoops doing in the chat saying frick you, Miso? What the fuck did I do? That's crazy. This guy comes.
Mr. Stoops.
I get slandered on this guy's stream. He calls me sus and says that he wouldn't hang out with me, and all he'd do is shake my hand. And he comes in and says, "Frick you, Miso." That is crazy. That is actually crazy. Insane.
Classic Stoops. Nice.
So wait, actually, Memo. Why did you think that Stoops was a Mexican Californian?
It's like this. When you're like talking, like talking with a girl, then you just say what you say without like filtering, logically going through your brain. And then the first thing that came up to me when like seeing Stoops, like people talking through the dono, was Mexican. So I like straight up like just said, oh, that's the famous Lost Ark Mexican streamer. And then like he donoed on during that stream saying that that like British like sound, the dono sound, the British, I'm not Mexican, you bozo, like kind of a voice. And then I said, oh yeah, he lives in California, so let's call him Mexican California, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to steal your girl, like something like that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. From now on, that's again, that'll be a level of Riz that I just, I'll need to learn. And yo, Mr. Stoops, thanks for the tier 1 for 2 months, my guy. Thank you, I appreciate it. But all right. So Benji's walkathon went well. That's awesome. And Memo, have you been deep in the mines creating the Echidna guide videos recently?
It's already done. Like like all the Echidna related commentary run and the official guide, they were up like 4 days ago, I think. Yeah, 5.
Oh, okay. So they're all done. How long did that shit take
Yeah.
you? How long does it take you normally to make those guides, anyways?
A lot. Like raid guide, yeah, it takes a lot. So you make the script. You start making a script, and then you record your voice by reading the script, and then you also have to get the footage, like recording the in-game play, and then you put all that thing that I said into the editing program, and then like find like adjust like all the thing. It takes like if you work non-stop, then I think it takes like 5 days, I think, to make a guide of 1 gate.
1 gate? Oh my god.
Yeah, like if you work non-stop, by the way, like so basically for 5 days no stream, like yeah.
So 5 days no stream, and are you? I heard from somewhere that you have Lust Boy helping you out with editing, or are you still doing everything yourself?
Gate 1 I did it by myself, but gate 2, like I felt overwhelming that I actually felt that I might not be able to make it in time. Because gate 2, I mean I thought like first of all I thought Echidna guide would take much shorter compared to Fate Mine because it only had 2 gate and it's actually easier. The combat is easier. But what I overlooked is that Echidna gate 2 has so many gimmicks, so many mech. Because she's a mech heavy raid, and therefore there were so many like new stuff that I had to explain, like put in, and because of that, like the amount of the script and things were a lot, and I'm like, yo, like Lustboy was in my channel by chance, like a week ago, and I'm like, yo, Lost Boy, yo, you wanna be hired? And I think I need an editor, and he's like, yes. And
Yes.
okay, he said yes, and then he actually became an editor for Raid Guide, yeah, and
That's cool.
he edited the Gate 2, by the way. Yeah,
I see. I see. Well, shout outs to Lustboy then. What a Gigachad. Um,
sure.
but Mr. Benji, would you ever make a guide video?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No.
It's just not your
No.
thing. Too much. Too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Because you not only have to explain how to beat it, but there's some patterns or mechanics you just don't see if done in a certain way, and you gotta explain all that. And by the time it comes out in the Western version, like you forget all the th- the you forget all the patterns that won't show up by if you do it the right way. Like if you do it by certain like
Mm-hmm.
according to the rules the community set. And then going back and finding all those info, editing, getting all the footage, putting it in the right space with like effects, it's just too much. And I don't have an editor, so yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's going to a rabbit hole. Like once you start making a raid guide, you have to make all the raid guides, all the
Yeah,
things that
yeah.
comes out. You're going to a trap. And by the time you make a guide for the West, the new raid for Korea comes out. You're like, there's no resting time.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your services, Memo. Kamsamida. I appreciate it.
07.
Oh seven, oh seven, indeed. So I mean, before we kind of move on, I did get a question from chat that I did want to ask Benji. How many
Uh-huh.
cakes did you have on your trip on your walkathon?
Okay. To be fair, the reason why I started eating cakes is because I don't usually like sweets. I'm more of a savory guy than sweet. I don't have a sweet tooth.
Uh huh.
But after like 4 or 5 hours of walking, when you're tired and you're just like stressed out, it's sunny outside, you're under this a lot of pressure, whatever. You just go into this cold, AC conditioned cafe, and when you eat that sweet piece of cake, it just changes your energy, the whole mood.
Mm.
And that okay, that's okay. Hold on. Let me count. One, two, three.
You actually kind of remember
Probably
how many you
around
had?
probably around 15, 10 to 15 pieces of cakes.
That's not that bad. I mean, I don't know how the calorie intake and burning thing works, but about about a little bit around a cake a day. Doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I was burning 2,000, and that's what the app was telling me. I was burning 2,000 calories a day.
Mm-hmm.
But then on top of that, I was carrying a backpack, and I was going incline, decline. So I'm pretty sure I was burning more calories than
There
what
we
I was
go.
taking in.
I mean, you gotta reward yourself. You gotta reward yourself, man. Keep yourself
Yeah.
going.
I don't know. I mean, and then I was like, Chad, I don't think I'm gonna have another cake. But then the chat started wanting more cakes. They just wanted to see more cake. I don't know, man. The chat
Chat
just
just
like,
makes you make the worst decisions ever. I
yeah,
swear to
really,
God.
yeah, I
It's
swear,
always
man.
chat. It's a chat's problem,
The chat
honestly.
kept on asking for more cakes. Like, did Benji have his cake yet? Like, what the
That's hilarious. But I mean, I think that's a good transition into like our next topic about LOA On, because during your walk was
Yeah.
when LOA On was announced. How did that go? Like, what were you feeling when that happened?
Oh yeah. I thought Luon was going to be late June because that's usually the date of the past summer Luons. It's usually like June 20 something, June 20, whatever. So I thought it was gonna be late June, so I was kinda caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Were you bummed out?
I'd be lying if I wasn't bummed out, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's not like I was gonna quit my walkathon or anything just for
Hmm.
LOA On.
Yeah.
So
No, that makes
it
sense.
is what it is. Yeah, I was really surprised that they did LOA On this early, but now it all makes sense. They wanted to give us some prep time.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it was a big announcement. It was a big announcement, and we'll kind of go into it a little bit later.
Yeah.
But did you get spoiled during your walk at all, or like did you try to look
I
anything up either?
I wasn't trying to look anything up. Actually, I pulled up Google to look up like restaurants around me. This was
Mm-hmm.
during stream, by the way. I tried to look up, and I got a Google feed saying that Lost Ark Season 3 in Korean.
Oh
It was a
no.
second article. So I was like, oh, okay.
But nothing too big, right? Like nothing, like no details, right? Just
No
like
details. Yeah, I didn't get any
okay,
details.
that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good. At least you weren't like spoiled about all like the juicy specific details that were going on.
Right. I
Um,
was, yeah.
but I mean, overall, what are your thoughts about LOA On? Maybe we'll start with Memo.
Um, spam wait a second. Wait, what do I be talk about? Okay. Yeah, spam OM. Okay. So LOA On was in general W. Yeah, generally
General
W.
W.
Yeah. Like with some few stuff that I think it was an L.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, what were your W's and what were your L's?
Um, I mean, it's faster to like talk about the L's
Sure,
because
sure.
there are yeah few stuff that I think it was like yeah kind of a bit disappointing. Yeah. So if I talk about that, um, there are two stuff. I'm not gonna talk about the stuff that they're preparing for the season 3, something like the accessories turns into some like some sort of like bracelet gacha system, or
Mm-hmm.
like quality getting extended to 120. Those two I think is like it's not a like good thing, but like since I have no idea how accurately like exactly it's gonna be, since it's not out yet. I'm not gonna talk about those. The ones that I'm gonna talk about is like number one is um the way how they're alleviating the transcendence and elixir, because
Oh yeah.
what he said is that he's gonna reduce the gold per click, like the gold cost by half, and
Mm-hmm.
then double the amount of the weeklies you get from the raid, the
Yeah.
Volus, the Ivory Tower. So basically, that's like you can do more trials compared to your budget, right? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Yeah.
What I think they should have done is um they should have touched the RNG itself, the
Mm-hmm.
system itself. Like for example, like deleting some of those garbage, like effect from Elixir, like explosive expert, master escape, like stagger, all that a weird thing, or like at least increase the odd of the guild options by a lot. And the reason why I think that is because like what's the reason why you're doing Elixir and Transcendence? To make your character strong. Like you're not doing that to like save your gold. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't get why he tried to go do the patch in that kind of like El Cheapo way rather than like put touching the RNG itself. And I felt that to be honest, I felt that the depths seems like they're not they haven't tried the elixir for like frequent time, like what I'm saying. If you actually try to cut the elixir on multiple character, then then they should have known how unpleasant like cutting elixir is,
Mm-hmm.
and they should have like touched the RNG in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. And last one, number two is the um I think it would have been better if they alleviated the honing. up to like around 1610 or 20, not up to 1580, because the season, what's it called, tier 4 starts from 1620, right? And like it would be obviously better if they allow like returnees or new players to taste the the start of the tier 4, in my opinion. And by the way, this opinion, I saw an event today, like the Korea, the Lost Ark community,
Yeah.
they're against this. They are
What?
like super against this. Like there are actually people who are saying that why aren't they like alleviating the honing up to 1620, like something like that. And a lot of majority of the people were against that because they think that people who are asking for that those shit is basically the rice eater.
Rice
Like,
eaters.
yeah, like the RMT sellers, not the actual returnees who are like newbies, is what's going on. But that might be true for Korea, but for the West, that's not the case. So I think for West exclusive, like alleviating up to like 1620 or 10, might have been better, for the new season, in my opinion. Yeah. So those were the things. And other than that, like it's pretty good. I think yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, we luckily West we do have something that's going to help. I think one of our characters that's coming up in July, but it's just one of our characters, so it's not like an overall thing, sadly. But yeah, I don't know, Benji, do you agree? Like, or those kind of your low points as well, or do you have anything else, or do you think that we're okay?
My low points are something else.
Really, what is it?
I think they should have done more. I think they should have changed or done something more with the cards.
Hmm, like what?
Like, I don't know, because card. So like, so people are saying this is bad. So the people who are like, yay about this LOA On is like, this reset is friendly for newbie players, right? New players. That's
Yeah,
what people are saying. But I don't think it's friendly for new players at all.
really? Why not?
Yeah, okay, solo raids do help
Mm-hmm.
for you to get to Valdis, but um, yeah, but like, what after that? Like, what are you gonna do after that? You have to start doing Theamite right after, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what do people require for Theamite?
Probably like
So,
LOS 30, probably some level 9, level 10 gems from tier 3 and things like that.
yeah, and that's why I think. So I think okay, so I think up to Valdis it'll be like a tutorial, but then as soon as they get a tutorial, they're hit with this giant tier 4 systems that's gonna cost a lot of freaking gold,
Mm-hmm.
right? The new tier 4 gems, the new accessories. Okay, so you don't have to deal with the stone anymore. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What else? You have to get 120. Actually, quality, who knows? Maybe a new player might get lucky and one tap of 120 quality. But
I mean, they have the free quality tap stuff too now, right? I wonder if that would work for tier 4, actually. Probably not.
oh yeah, I don't think it does. They had different stones for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely think they should have done something more with the cards. If they were going to do a reset like this big, I think they should have also touched on the cards.
Mm. What would you have done to the cards? Like, what do you think would be a good idea? Do you think they should just reset everybody back to 0? Or, like, how would you do the cards?
Add more wandering merchants for the LOS cards.
Mm-hmm. I honestly thought they were going to do that. I was surprised when they saw that they did.
Yeah, I mean that could have helped. They are adding different card sets. I don't know if it's actually going to be stronger than LOS 30, but if they added a card set that's actually stronger than LOS, I think that's also okay. I think that's also okay
'Cause-
because we're kind of on the equal starting grounds, right?
Yeah, we're all starting from zero basically.
Yeah. So if they're going to do a reset this big, might as well just like make it really friendly for new players.
Yeah, I feel like people will be so annoyed though having to like build up a new card set though.
Yeah, I mean, it is a reset.
Yeah, no, I
Uh,
understand. I understand. I can just already see the
I
people
yeah, I
like,
do. Yeah. People would be annoyed. So that's why I think this was it was a friendly reset for the. I think it was a friendly reset for casual players who's been just playing the game for a long time, not spending too much on bracelets or stones or gems or whatnot. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like long time free to play player. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I just think like it's interesting because at least in the West, all types of people are mad. It's like people who are whales, giga whales maxed out. They're mad they're not have the best stuff. But also like the free to play players who like maybe started like more recently as opposed to like people who've been playing since the beginning are also mad because like they're like I thought I finally caught up and then now I have to like work again to like push things up. So it's like I feel like there's no making everybody happy with anything.
Oh, I thought the Western audience was more stoked about this. We're
I
more
mean,
happy with
I think it's a
Lawn.
certain group of people that are. I don't know what the population like proportion of is like happy versus
Right.
unhappy, but there's definitely a lot of people who are unhappy, and maybe it's just my YouTube commenters that are also like very doomer. But I
Uh-huh.
see a lot of people just like being like, "I quit the game. I'm selling my account," like things like that. So I think there's a little bit of both for sure. But would you say it's an overall win for you, Benji?
I think the timing was great though. Yes. Overall, I think the timing was great because it was getting really, really stale. Everything. It was just like, okay, they added okay, so they added a con gear,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that, what else did they add? They added elixirs, right? For vertical progression.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then they added
Transcendence.
transcendence for vertical progression. After that, they added advanced toning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was starting to question like, what's next? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, what's next? And I wasn't really excited for the next part.
Yeah,
But
same.
knowing what's coming now, like all this Arc passive, all these changes, definitely does fresh things up, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. And like, what are you guys' thoughts on like the Arc Passive System? Do you guys like this change? Like, because they changed up like engravings, they added like Arc Passive. They basically changed up the entirety of like how we actually end up gearing our characters, which I personally I thought was I actually put that on my low on predictions. I actually predicted that where they would change up engraving how it worked, but I think
Hmm.
it's, in my opinion, it seems very cool. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you guys have any opinions about it? Do you guys like it? Do you guys dislike it?
Do you like it? It's my turn then. Okay. What's it called? Yeah, like it's a very good system in my opinion. Very, very good. So there's like three like passive system. The three UI. One is for upgrading the third awakening. Not like that important, I guess. Another one is the one that that is responsible for gear and all the things that is related to gear, like the elixir effects, transcendence effects, like advanced honing, all that thing, plus the combat stat. And last UI is the one on the middle is the most important one, the one that has engraving, the class engraving, and all other new stuff that's coming out that enables um like gun answer to you know a step, what's it called, like dash forward, like
Dashboard,
those kind
yeah.
of big changes. Yeah. uh I think like the big W here is that first of all, they unbound the engraving from the way how it works now. Ability
Mm-hmm.
stone plus accessories plus engraving books, right? Like all three, matters to making a 5 times 3 plus 1, which was I honestly think why, like what Maiden took this long to change this bad system. I mean, at least they're changing it now after 4 years. So I mean, I'm glad they're finally unbounding the engraving from that thing, and that's a big W. And also like categorizing. I mean, like basically putting all the stuff into one
Mm-hmm.
into one system as an Ark passive. I think that's also gonna make people a lot easier to access and so on and so forth. Like later on, when you change the engraving, it's gonna be way much easier to change the build, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
right now with the accessories, like all this thing, you if you want to change one engraving, one line of engraving, you have to pretty much change everything, right? Which is bad. So it's a big W to me.
Mm-hmm. What are you, Benji?
I agree. I agree with what Memo is saying. I think Arc Passive System does look more flexible, in terms of like changing your build around,
Mm-hmm.
maybe except for gems.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, yeah, it does make it more flexible. So I think just the fact that you can go back and forth your class engraving and not having to spend all that peons or gold on different accessories and all that, yeah, I think that's a huge thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a big win, and I am actually looking forward to find out more about Arc Passive System because they said the gunless are going to start doing front dash instead of back dash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking there's going to be some interesting options that you
Yeah.
can go with the Arc Passive System. So I'm kind of, yeah, I am very looking forward to what options we're going to have with each class.
I'm really hoping with our passive system, it's not going to be like all about damage, but like there's going to be parts that are really about like you can change it up based on like your play style. For example, if you like with a dashing forward thing, like some people might not want to dash forward and they're like used to like dashing back, doing their back dash and
Right.
they like
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
better. So they don't take that and they take another one that maybe like changes something else up. Like, I don't know, maybe they get to walk at full speed with their shield up or something like that. Like, I think that could
Mm,
be like really cool to just kind of like suit like each player's playstyle, but also maybe like you can change it up based on like what the raid is like. I think that would be really awesome for them to do.
yeah. I think another example he gave was you can transform while walking. So I
Transform
think
like,
he was referring to the transformation classes.
hmm, can are we not able to do that right now? I guess
I
there's
think
an
you kind of
animation,
like,
right?
yeah, I think there's an animation. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. I mean, that would be it just like in general stuff like with the Arc passive system seems very, very exciting and like opens up
Hmm.
like a level of I don't know, gameplay that I feel like was and like not just gameplay but like variety that we kind of didn't have before, which is really cool. But I mean, with the Arc passive system, there are also some like interesting parts that I think Memo was talking about earlier about like the accessories being like a bracelet gamba and things like that. Like, do you how do you feel about like at least what we know so far about the accessory system and like the well, we'll start with accessories. Accessories.
The the accessory system, I think, is going to be. That's one thing that really scares me.
Really?
The accessory, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that thing is scary as hell. I heard, I've never played Maple Story, but I heard that that's basically a cube system, and Maple Story got rid of it.
I don't think they got rid of it. I
So,
think it's still a thing.
oh, is
Um,
it?
let's go play Maple Story.
Wait a second. Are you playing it right now, Memo?
No, I mean, but I know, like, some of the critical systems, like, yeah, it's just like Benji said,
Oh,
like
it's still
Cube,
there.
and yeah,
And I heard how you do this is you do like one enchant, and then if you get a Abyss roll, you just sell it.
Is that what people think you're gonna do? Because they don't want you don't want to like
That
risk messing up the second one, or like
yeah, I think that was the meta, I think. That's what people are supposed to do.
Hmm.
So who knows how much that's gonna cost? Um, what scares me is that there's gonna be a lot of gold sink,
Mm-hmm.
meaning gold is going to be expensive, but at the same time, everything's going to be expensive. So that means we're gonna need a lot of gold.
Yeah.
But Benji is kind of safe.
Huh?
Yeah. If you main breaker Benji, bro, like the gems are gonna be super expensive. But if you play a class that requires like very few damage gem, like DPS
Yeah.
concentrated and few skill, then they're gonna pop off. Bro, my Glaivier has to run 6 damage gem, and I can't even afford level 9 tier 4. Bro, bro, play like few level gems, guys. Yeah, that's the meta. Like a Surge Blade, like Sura, Burger King, Master Summoner, Barrage. Yeah, stay Gigachad.
What about Gunslinger?
So apparently cooldown gems are supposed to be pretty OP
Yeah.
because it gives you cooldowns and attack power,
Yep.
like with the additive effect. So, but from what I know, gunslingers don't use that many cooldown gems.
Mm-mm.
A
Because you
lot
use
of DPS
7
gems, right?
damage, right?
Yeah, 7 damage, and then I think CO Summoner also.
Oh, the best classes in the
Hmm.
game: CO Summoner and Gunslinger. It sounds like they're kind of a great time in tier 4.
Yeah, spam UM.
I mean, like, I think the one thing from the accessory system that I do kind of like and look forward to is right now the way that we have it is that when we have our accessories, when we build our characters out 5x3x1, 5x3x2, you
Uh-huh.
basically, the moment you buy your accessories, you pretty much never upgrade your accessories, right? You're never going to find your own upgrades. And if you want to upgrade, you're either going to have to buy something very specific, like, 6 grudge, 3 ambush master, and like +1 or -1 move speed or something like that. It's like very
Hmm.
specific. Whereas with this new system, it does offer us the opportunity to at least get upgrades to our own accessories ourselves, which I think is one of the few positives that I see from the system, just looking at it right now.
Dopamine?
I mean, it's not just dopamine, it's just more of like, I think like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever played like Diablo or Path of Exile or anything like that, but like in those games, pretty much like
Uh-huh.
I just like keep to myself and grind my own mobs and like try to get upgrades myself. Whereas now with our current system, like there's no opportunity to ever like upgrade our equipment other than just to buy it. I don't know. And that's at least how I
Ah,
feel it.
okay, okay, okay. Damn, so okay, so if you get an accessory, do you think you would actually try to roll
I mean,
on
I'm
the
a
accessory?
gambler. I'm a gambler. I
Okay,
love
okay,
gambling.
okay, okay,
I
okay.
love gambling. That's why I'm always at zero fee, like very close to zero peons, because I'm always like rolling, trying to roll a better bracelet, trying to roll a better stone. Like people out here walking around with like 500 to 1,000 peons. I'm always out here with like 55 or below,
Uh-huh.
because I'm just out here rolling left and right. So I kind of like that, but again, I just think like I don't know, even like, it's a little bit different with bracelets because like bracelets are silver, but like what do you
Mm-hmm.
do with your own bracelets? Do you sell them if you get a good like just like base roll, or do you actually try to roll them yourselves?
I think it depends. If I have a new class, I started rolling. I started rolling as when I got breaker. Yeah, but if I get good ones that I don't use, then I sell them.
Mm-hmm. And do you do the same, Memo? Do you not roll your bracelets now that you have like what does your bracelet even look like?
My bracelet is I would say average free to play like level. Yeah.
So, so do you try to roll your bracelets to get better results, or do you try selling them?
Uh, of course I sell. Yeah. If you like gamble on all that thing every time you get, then I see your future. Yeah, you're gonna go to Maple Story, bro. Yeah, you have to like save the gold. Like that's the first priority in my opinion, and then like try to do something else later. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll
You know,
see you
I
guys at
think I
Maple
do.
Story.
Yeah, I do think it'll be more fun farming though. Like when you do these raids and get all these accessories with a bunch of bullshit engravings on them, low quality and whatnot, it's you never expect anything. I guess there was no like farming aspect to this game. Basically, you're doing the raids for just gold.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it does add a little bit of fun in farming, doing these raids.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll have to see how it ultimately feels, and like, I don't know, maybe it's a little copium, but maybe at some point they'll nerf the amount of gold that it's required to roll the accessories, or maybe it's just like the accessories will be kind of like as rare as bracelets, maybe, and then we won't even roll them all that often. Because I think the
No,
current,
no, we need bunch of no, we need a lot of accessories.
yeah, I mean, we'll see kind of what happens, and I don't know. Like part of it's like, because Saint on his like he made that big old document. They were saying that how we were thinking that the accessories themselves like we could break it down to that like material that we need to use to re-roll, and maybe that'll
Uh-huh.
be a good source of income. So that'll also kind of like offset the cost of actually doing the rolls. Maybe I don't know.
Uh, 'Cause yeah, I'm hoping we get more accessories so people roll more and it'll be cheaper to buy a best accessory. I don't want it to be really expensive.
Yeah,
I hope.
I mean,
I
since we
don't
can.
I don't want like three BIS lines to be like freaking 3 million gold or 4 million gold. If it's like 500K, I'm happy.
Like maybe it might be easier to roll those lines than we thought, like than we think. Who knows? Like all we can do is just kind of speculate at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
But what about like I don't know. Like do you guys think that with tier 4 like the ability stones are like it seems like at least you guys seem like the ability stone thing is kind of like a pretty positive change, right?
Uh, Ability stones?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Um.
Um, I think more people are gonna try. I don't know, man. I don't know if people will just set it for 7-7 or people are gonna try to get 9-7 or 9-6. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Or like 10-6 or whatever.
Yeah, or I mean, 9-6 seems to be the most like
The easiest
efficient
to achieve.
and for the amount of power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 9-6 seems to be pretty pretty good in terms of power, the amount of power you gain. So maybe more people who settle for 7-7 will try to cut 9-6s. I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts for you, Memo?
Uh. You know that the effect of the points from the stone varies from the engraving, right? According to the UI. So like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like it showed the grudge and adrenaline, but it only showed the grudge part, saying the higher point, then the damage amount the grudge engraving does increases, and also the scale gets affected from the grade of the engraving books as well.
Hmm.
Like for example, um, if you learn like 5 relic books out of 20 relic engraving,
Mm-hmm.
then you get like around like 2% more damage from the Grudge. Like so, Grudge does like from 20 to 22, like something like that. Like if you read a 10, then like 24, like 15, 26, like all the way. And also the ability stone's points matter. They all get added. So this is what something Sane said. Stones containing Grudge might become a meta. And I hope that doesn't happen. I hope because that means like everyone will try to like seek for a stone that has Grudge, right? Which is gonna inflate the like cost of only that stone, and others will basically become like garbage. So
Yeah, meta.
I hope other engravings also have a balanced like scaling from the stone points, just like Grudge. I hope that happens. Yeah.
Because right now we can kind of like choose like a few stone, not like every stone, but we do have some choices with like what we have on our stones, right? We can do basically any one of our engravings plus like I don't know, adrenaline, cursed doll, or whatever to have our +2. But then with the new system, you're basically forced like one of them has to be Grudge if we want to be like quote unquote like doing the most damage.
Right.
Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah. It's not 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, I hope they balance it right.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a copium that maybe we'll be able to select what we want for our stones and be able to flip flop them. Because like the whole point of like changing the engraving system was to make it so that it's easier to swap between builds. To swap between like engravings. So if they make it so that the stones themselves are set in stone and you're unable to switch them, it kind of feels like it's a little bit defeating the purpose sometimes. But maybe that's just copium.
I think that is copium. Yeah. I think that is huge copium. It switched the stuff.
I don't know. It's definitely copium, and it's something I wish for. But I know it's probably not gonna happen.
If you're lacking crit rate, get the adrenaline stone right now. Like imagine if adrenaline increases like 20, not 15. That's gonna be crazy.
Oh, like adrenaline 10 would give you 5 more percent, like 5% crit rate.
Like like basically the ability stone and all the engraving book increases the crit rate. That's gonna be crazy. And who knows, like the precise dagger, that's something that only pistolier use, right? Maybe the what's it called? The crit damage decrease from the engraving might decrease when you have points.
There's definitely a lot of possibilities for what they could do.
Yeah. So we were waiting for this like announcement from the director. I think everyone's been waiting. People thought it was gonna be out this Friday. But we're just waiting. I think they're trying to figure out on the final until they make the final decision. Did you know that some info the West got it first? Then KR. So like all these KR streamers had to look at the NA announcements, AGS announcements, and got further info on like bracelet stuff.
Yeah, that's actually true. There's something called like Lisha's letter in Korea. Lisha is basically giving infos in detail beforehand, before the actual content comes out, and that didn't come out to KR. It came out in the West first. The post that you guys got recently.
Yeah.
With the info that. So people were like in Korea, like meaning that Lisha like visited West first, not KR. And then like some other people are saying because her name is Lisha, it's English. Like kind of like memes are happening.
I mean, is that like the first time something like that has happened before?
No, I think it's the second time that NA got some info before KR.
What other situation was when that happened?
I can't remember. It was pretty recent.
Vikings clown nerf kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
West got it first. Yeah, West got that first.
And then like China also got something first at 1.2, maybe like the Brel nerfs or something like that, or was that China specific? I don't even remember.
Oh, the clown nerf?
Or is it? It might have been the count clown nerf. There was some nerf I think that went to China first before it went to everybody else.
Uh-huh.
Gee.
Yeah, the sauce don't kill them, right? It's not a one shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can
I
get
mean, you
three or
guys don't do
something.
clown anymore. I mean, we barely do clown anymore. The only time we ever do clown is
Yeah,
like
doesn't really
if
matter.
like at the end of the week we're like, oh shit, we still have raids to do. Clown 5 minutes in and out.
Hmm.
That's kind of what we do. Use clown for these days.
Mm.
But like, what about I mean, that's a lot of like the season 3 stuff and like all the engraving stuff. But
Hmm.
what about like solo raids? We kind of touched on that a little bit at the beginning. Like, do you guys? I think we were like a little bit worried about solo raids because like it's cool and great for new players to play, but then like
Yeah.
as you were saying, Benji, they just kind of get dropped off into Thamine as their first raid.
Yeah, after they finish the solo raid, right.
Like, do you think solo raids are overall a good thing for the game, or do you think that the way they've implemented it isn't like the at least so far what we know might not be the best?
No, I think solo raids are great. I think they did. Yeah, I think it's fantastic that they added solo raids and they actually went through the effort of changing all these mechanics or like mechanics, and then they made it suitable for solo playing, all that stuff. I think that is great. I think what they did is great. I'm just, yeah, I think solo raids is great, but I'm just kind of what I was saying earlier was that I was just a little bit concerned, like what was okay, so what after that?
Hmm.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that not adding solo raid is like just staying still, no changes, right?
Hmm.
So basically, I think they chose uh getting more returnees and new players by adding solo mode. Even though there is a downside by adding that downside, like just like Benji said, like getting making them thrown into the wild like after that. But I felt like they chose that downside is better than the downside of what we're having now. And the downside of what we're having now is basically not having new players and return players
Hmm.
because there's no solo mode. I think they valued that in my opinion. Like the downside is inevitable. Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Hmm.
instead of having to worry about like getting gatekept from Braille, Clown, Braille, there's no gatekeeping in Vicus, right? It starts with Clown, right?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Here in NA, there's definitely still gatekeeping in Vicus. That is for sure. Yep, gatekeeping Vicus, gatekeeping Vaulton for the
Wow.
few parties that do exist there for like card runs, like it
Uh-huh.
still
Oh, card
happens.
runs.
Yeah, like people still gatekeep like, oh, you don't have like you need to be a certain item level, like 1520, like oh no, you gotta be 1540 plus and like, have like certain roster. Like they still gatekeep for those.
Damn. So at least the new players don't have to worry about getting gatekept from the very first Legion raids. At least they can progress up to Valdis on their own. I think that is great. But after they're done with like this solo raid, they're gonna be they're gonna face this cold outside like it's like high school up till Ivory Tower and then off to college into the reality.
Do you guys like? I'm curious because here was also part of the thought that I had with like solo raids is like right now you still have raids for like Vicus Vault, at least in Korea, right? You probably still have people doing recruiting for raids for Vaulton, recruiting for raids for Vicus, Clown. I mean, definitely like Brel and Ivory Tower, we still have raids, people recruiting for those. Do you think that this gonna hurt like Party Finder? For by having solo raids for those raids because it's even like a con, right?
Mm.
It's like a
Um, It depends on how the gold reward is from the solo mode, in my opinion. If it's like really small, then people would like just try that as a practice, and then like try finding a party, I guess. If it reward kinda enough, then yeah, I think everyone's gonna do solo mode. Yeah, and that is the reason why director said the gold reward is gonna be really less compared to the normal mode of each raid. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. How much less do you think is enough? Like how much less do they need to make it so that people don't really do solo raids as like the number one thing? They still try to do the party finder if they can.
It's honestly a tough question because this is like something to do with balancing the reward out, right? And yeah, it's tricky. Too less, then people are gonna complain. Too much, then the other side will complain. It's that situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, my opinion is that I think um like I don't know what like all the people watching this is like expecting like how much, but you should expect at the worst for gold reward in my opinion for the solo mode. Yeah, don't expect too much,
Mm-hmm.
because there are already a lot of people in the invent out there saying that when tier 4 comes out, um because they have to funnel all their ults to the main, right? That's the new season, right? You can't keep up with all the characters getting like good speculation, right? You have to funnel the ults to like one or two mains. That's what's gonna pretty much happen. And because of that, um, the lot of the ults would not be like able to do the tier 4 weekly content because you know that weekly content requires like some high spec, right? And those ults sitting on like event like tier 4 gems will pretty much not be able to do that. So they're gonna just do tier 4 daily. And for weekly, there's already people saying that I'm just gonna do solo mode. Something like that. Like basically 1640 character, they're planning to do a raid that is 1600 and below a solo mode. Yeah, to choose what's it called, save time.
Mm-hmm.
If there's like a lot of people like thinking like that and actually committing on that, then um there's gonna be a gold inflation, right? Like that's not the direction of the director wanted the solo mode to be. It's most likely for the practice, right? Not for farming a gold like every week like that. And that is why like you should expect the worst for the gold reward, in my opinion. Yeah.
Mm. So basically, it's just gonna be for people who need to learn it. It's like
I
if
think
you're
it's
not a
gonna be under
learner,
50%.
under 50%. Do you think
Yeah,
that's enough?
probably like 30.
30 of
Yeah, if
like
it was
normal
like if the
mode?
gold reward is like 10,000, probably like 3,000.
Mm. So it's really just gonna be for players that are really just trying to learn the raid, or maybe players who are getting like super gate kept, and then those are the people that are gonna be using solo raids. But then other than that, most people are still gonna be toughing it out on the party finder.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna give you just enough to top for the honing.
Got it. Got it.
Or they can um they can what's it called? They can prevent the high level people of getting the gold from the solo mode. They already did that, on when season 2 came out. Like the tier 3, characters will not be able to get the gold from tier 2 like Alaric, raid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe they can do that as well.
I think that works for Korea, but for here, there's a lot of people who still have characters in that range because we're getting it up to Voldus, and a lot of people's mains right now are still doing Voldus, or even like their higher level alts. So it's gonna be very different when it comes like depending on whether it's Korea or here, because our item levels and like how much time we've had to progress our entire rosters is very different.
Yeah, and I give credit to AGS for not honing Voldis. I mean, not nerfing Voldis Gold
Mm-hmm.
because in Korea, Voldis is getting nerfed too. Voldis Gold is getting nerfed too.
Yeah. I mean, I would be surprised if it was nerfed now because you guys are what 2 raids ahead of us at the moment. Well, after Echidna, it's gonna be 1 raid ahead of us. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'd expect us to not get the nerf until at least after Behemoth.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
I mean, other than solo raids at the LOA On, they announced a couple of other smaller things as well. Like, what about like Third Awakening? Are you guys excited for Third Awakening at all, or is this kind of like, it's something?
Uh, Honestly, like by looking at my roster, I'm sitting on W because I play Clavier, Destroyer, Arcana as a top 3 main, and
Uh
their awakenings were hella good. Yeah.
Who is that? The Arcana summons for the Hyper
That's the
Awakening.
second awakening, Benji. That's the second awakening. She summons a
She's
uh you
hot.
know yeah. I mean, she doesn't look like that. She doesn't look like that like now because she
Yeah.
covers herself with the death like those gown and stuff that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that those like death wears, and like reveals her on the third awakening.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
she's like that butterfly girl in the butterfly island. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. What is her name? She's not the same as the one in Brellgate 2 right now. It's
Not the
different.
same.
No,
Her
no,
her
it's
name
like
is her name is bro, I forgot. Like it's been 4 years I ever since I visited there.
are they?
Adrienne, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Adrene.
Adrienne, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean,
I think the only L is Striker, probably.
yo, no, don't say that, man. That's my main.
Mineral kick.
Striker, yeah. The only L is probably Striker and Bard.
And sharpshooter Sue's out here with his
Oh
ballista.
yeah, sharpshooter.
Bard. I mean, I actually there's an invent poll. There's an invent poll for pick the best animation awakening and worst, and the best is Sork, Reaper,
Uh-huh.
and then followed by Arcana, Glaber kind of stuff, and the worst is Striker Breaker Bard, Striker Breaker Bard.
Yo,
Yeah.
Striker and Breaker are my 2 like highest item level characters. What the fuck? Actual L. But hey. I mean, let's hold out, right? They only showed one of the
yeah,
2
yeah.
awakenings. Maybe
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
awakening is just crazy. You never know, right? You never know.
Are you Sura or BK?
I'm sore.
Okay, so you're stuck with the one that showed.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you're fucked. You're dead, bro. Bro, I never seen that kind of mid. It's not even mid. It's so plain. It doesn't even look like Third Awakening.
Yo, I mean, I think they just hate breakers at this point because they just nerfed them to they just absolutely gutted them in the last bounce patch, and then now they're giving them like a shitty third awakening. I think they're just trying to make it so nobody plays that class anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they need to show more love to male fighter classes, I think.
I love my male fighters. Those are my favorite class. I mean, like I said, those are my 2 highest item level characters. I love the way
Mm.
they look. So oh my god, the awakening was so sad. Nobody here plays Sork, right?
I don't
Not
play
me.
Sork.
Well, we don't get the meatball. The only person that gets the meatball is Saint.
Oh, you don't play Sork either?
No, I don't.
Bro, it's the broken class right now at the moment.
They're getting everything. They're super strong and they get the best third awakening. That it's not fair, man. It's not fair.
Um, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, Third Awaken is really exciting and cool. But I don't know. Awakenings have never been a thing that has been super integral to your gameplay. It's always kind of been I guess like a lot of times instead of doing an auto attack, you do an awakening kind of situation. Like when you have
True.
no skills, you just throw out an
Yeah.
awakening, right? Just to fill the
Right.
time. Like I wonder if third awakening will make awakenings actually like meaningful.
I hope so. I hope they make it more meaningful. Like I play on EO Soulfist, right?
Hmm.
I don't even fully hold for the awaken. I just let it go. I just tap it
I mean, we
just
used
to
to have
proc the
animation
minion.
cancels. We used to have animation cancel that shit,
Yeah.
and we don't have that anymore. But yeah, I mean, I do hope like because they have an entire tree for it, right? Ish type of thing,
Yeah.
like kind of like a tripod tree system.
Right. Right. And I hope the Third Awakening has nothing to do with spec.
Just like spec scaling.
Yeah, spec scaling.
Yeah, because at the moment the only classes that are actually able to use their awakening for like damage are like spec classes.
Yeah. Right. Like Soulfist, Robust Soulfist, or what's another class with a big awakening?
I mean, robust Sophist is definitely the biggest one,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh,
oh,
Punisher.
Punisher Slayer, that's right, Punisher
Yeah.
Slayer. I mean, that's just kind of the only. The Breaker, BK Breaker, is it?
Yeah, BK. BT Zerk, yeah.
Yeah, there's only a couple of them. They're all spec scaling classes, so
Right.
it would be nice if they could make it so that awakenings weren't just like, whatever, I'll throw it out. Because they're adding a second awakening too, so it's like, hopefully we don't just have two filler skills. It's like we have
Like
this.
come on, man. It's like I'm playing Striker and I use it for push immune. I I use the awakening for push immune. Like
Yep.
they have to do something.
I use it for push immune, or if the boss like goes away and like does a pattern where I can't attack it, and like I just use it from a distance because I use the one where
Right.
the kicking one. So I hope it is better. And then there's also like the new chaos dungeons. Like I was saying copium that they rework chaos dungeon, but it seems like they actually did technically, right, with this new system.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I,
Um, the new chaos dungeon. I mean, it's not actually chaos dungeon. The name is like Kenwatt's like fortress, something like that, right?
mm-hmm.
That thing requires only once per day, and starting from the tier 4 from that content, looks like all the dailies, like the chaos dungeon will become only once per day instead of like being twice like now, which is a big W in my opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
finally, the chaos dungeon like series are also becoming once per day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm just like I wonder if they're and this was like a question that I had because it's something completely separate, right? So are they just gonna get rid of chaos dungeons and not have chaos dungeons at all? And that's just gonna be the thing going forward?
I think Chaos Dungeon is over as of tier 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree on that.
I think the new this new Chaos Dungeon is going to be the Chaos Dungeon starting from tier 4. Like they said it's going to be hack and slash. I'm trying to imagine in my head. Like,
Like, isn't the game already kind of hack and slash? I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. It's supposed KS Dungeon is supposed to be hack and slash kind of. And they said it's going to be hack and slash, so I'm like trying to imagine in my head, is it gonna look more like the assault, the event that's going on in the West right now? You know how you have to go into that dungeon in Lutera
Yeah.
in the Mount Sagoras?
Hmm.
I'm wondering if it's gonna look more like that or
I mean, it seems like its own continent, so I'm assuming you're gonna be there with other people, right?
oh yeah,
So it does
right.
sound like it might be kind of similar to where like you're in kind of like I mean, but wasn't that like the original Chaos Dungeon way back in the day? Or was it always instanced? I don't know if you guys played at the beginning of time with Lost Ark.
Chaos Dungeon, I don't think Chaos Dungeon ever really changed that much.
There's a there's something called like so I played the game for the entire time, and there's something a content called Reverse Ruin, where
Yeah, I
you
was. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think maybe like this new chaos engine might copy some of that thing. So basically what's going on is that on that content, for people who doesn't know, you just bring like one or two skill. And then like by doing the content, you are able to enhance like the certain skill, like damage, like reduce the cooldown or some other like unique effect. Um so you just spam like by clicking one key, like staying still, which actually like sounds like a hack and slash, and then it's over. Yeah.
That thing I think had stages up to 50, and then it actually had leaderboard
Hmm.
Uh, yeah.
of
That
clearing
was
the final gate, and then like how fast you clear it. But they got rid
yeah,
of it.
rank one received 1 million gold, by the way.
What the?
What
Yeah,
the?
yeah, I remember that. Like 1 million and then
Really?
500K, something like that. Um,
Holy.
it didn't receive like good reviews though on that system at that time. Yeah.
Hmm. So I mean, if it didn't receive good reviews, hopefully it doesn't come back in the same way. At least, I mean, it's kind of like how like back in the day where the 16-man raid got what didn't receive good reviews, and now it's back again, and people still don't
Uh-huh.
like it. So
Oh, yeah.
Um, I mean the leaderboard part was L, but like I don't know how they're gonna make it as a hack and slash, other than like in that way that they did on the reverse one.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, maybe we're just putting too much emphasis on the word hack and slash. Maybe it's just like something that they use to like make it sound fancy, but like it's not actually going to be anything like hack and slash.
Yeah. That's the only description he gave though on this new thing. Who knows, man? Maybe it'll just turn into that Punica Chaos Dungeon where we get the first tier 3 gear.
The
Back in
blue
the day
gear.
when it first launched in the West, you had to do a Punica Chaos Dungeon to get the gear,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe it'll be just one of those one-time thingy, and then it'll be the same thing
Maybe.
over again.
And then we'll do regular Chaos Dungeon over again.
Maybe,
Um,
but no, but in the same style, like
Oh,
not.
okay, in the same
Yeah, I
style.
think they're getting rid of this Chaos Dungeon. Yeah.
they
Hmm.
should, yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I just hope it's gonna be better. But I do like that they're giving us selection boxes for like our gear instead of like before, which was like I fucking hope that I got the all my gear pieces that day, or else I had to wait another day before I could actually own my character to the correct item level.
Mm.
Because that was really bad. I mean, that was a long time for you guys, but that was fairly not like recent, but like it was like 2 years for us, as opposed to you guys being like 4 years ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was really sad when that happened. Oh my gosh. It was just like my character was like, "Oh, I'm missing the shoulders. Shit. Well, I guess I got to wait another day before I can actually do the fucking armor
Oh,
deck."
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep the resonance, guys.
Yep, get that aura of resonance. Keep your what is it? The green little bottles too, whatever they're called. Well, I mean, we'll probably be resting our chaos dungeons anyways to prepare for
Yeah.
the release. So that I guess that doesn't
Yeah.
really matter too much. But yeah, if you have aura of resonance, little purple bottles, gotta keep that shit.
Doesn't doesn't the aura of resonance say it's specific for Chaos Dungeon?
Maybe. Well, no, it
Yeah.
it gives you extra aura of resonance. So, because the current Chaos Dungeon, what it does is or the new Chaos Dungeon, it consumes the 100 points of aura of resonance that you have. So
Right.
the new one will consume all 100, as opposed to our current one, which consumes 50 and 50. So it
Right.
should
Right.
still work for the new Chaos Dungeon.
The thing is like, will it work on it? Like, what if they code it that it doesn't work on it? Like only for the tier 3 chaos, but not the Kenwat fortress. That can
Yeah.
happen. So
It might have a
I guess
different
it would.
aura.
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt to save them.
Yeah, I mean, they only last 7 days anyways, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's whatever. Let's see what we even get any when they release the tier 4.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's Chaos Dungeon. What about like, and the other thing they announced was like they announced 2 new raids, right? Are you guys excited for that? Like we get Akan and Vaulton on the same stage, and then we get Brel Mommy back on the second one. Brel looked
Right.
really good. Brel looked really
Yeah, I'm
good.
super excited for the new raids. I'm always excited for the new raids that Lost Ark has to offer. I love raids in Lost Ark. I think they're very well designed, and they're getting better at designing new raids.
Behemoth.
That I think that was an experiment.
Spam
I think that was an experiment. Oh, but I don't know, man. I think Behemoth is an okay raid, but it could have been an 8-man raid. There's no reason for that to be a 16-man raid. It could have been an 8-man raid. I think just the fact that it's a 16-man raid kind of like, I don't know, makes it kind
Yeah.
of stressful to in the party finders, but I think Behemoth is an okay raid.
I feel like, since they failed like big on the like Kaishutel raid,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
the raid that was like in Korea like 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And then like he dares to make another 60-man raid. It's like like in a good way, it's something like ambition. In a bad way, like ego, right? And he made it. So because like he fixated the raid as a 16-man, um, he made it easy, right? Because if they make it even a little bit hard, it's gonna be disastrous with 16-man raid like getting controlled hard.
Mhm.
Um, and that still didn't solve the problem. Making the raid easy didn't still make solve the problem because the getting 16-man raid itself was the problem. That's the biggest problem from the first, and that's why like lowering the difficulty didn't matter like that much in my opinion. So just like Benji said, it should have been 8-man raid with a little bit like higher difficulty in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I hope they learned that there should be no more. They should not make like any more 16-man raid, bro. Yeah,
I think it was his personal goal or objective. He thinks like in MMO, he thinks that like bunch of people raiding on this big boss looks cool. I think it was his like what do you call that? Desire, personal desire to make a
Mm-hmm.
16-man raid?
Mm-hmm.
achievement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
but
because
I think
like
you should just keep it personal from
MMOs
now on.
just because MMOs typically have like kind of like these big raids. It's like Lost
Right,
Ark is like
yeah,
one of the MMOs that doesn't have any like huge scale raids.
right.
That's really annoying. But I mean, they could have gone either way, right? Like you said, make it an 8-man raid, but make it harder. But then they could have
Mm.
also made it a 16-man raid and make it matchmakeable, which
Mm.
like make it easy enough to be match made.
Mm.
Which I don't
Yeah.
know. I think that's probably like not that great. I think it should have probably just been like you said, an 8-man raid, but it is what it is. It's been done. We can't change it. I mean, I
Right.
wish that. I'm just worried for the West, man. I'm really worried for the West. If Korea is having trouble finding parties and doing Party Finder, over here it's gonna be actual doomer. Like there's no way like we're gonna be able to fill these parties up
Yo, that is
faster.
why. Yo, that is why the director made a master plan. You guys are
Uh huh.
getting Behemoth with tier 4. Like
Yep.
1620 is equal to 1640. Like everyone who reaches 1620 can immediately go to Behemoth.
So there's gonna be more people at
Yeah.
1640 than in Korea,
Yeah, and more jail.
and more jail.
Yeah, imagine all these 1620s all of a sudden having like high level gems, right? Uh, I,
Deep dive
there's
18
no way.
behemoth, deep dive 30 behemoth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Who
it's
knows?
already a shit show.
They might just nerf the HP again, like they did with Famine.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, but the thing is, even if they nerf it, us folks on the west kind of still kind of struggled a lot with Theamine. So we'll see what happens with Behemoth. But I mean, I'm glad you guys are excited about the raids. Like, you know, I think Rel looks really good, looks really hot.
Bro, looks good. I think that second gate boss in after Archon, I think he looks badass.
Which one
That
was that
boss
one?
looks really cool. The guy with the spear,
Oh yeah, that guy.
Aegir, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Glavier buff incoming. You know, maybe foreshadowing.
Yeah, spam UM. Right, like I'm not gonna lie, like I think I'm at the hypest, like, you know, moment for the new raid because normally the kind of person who I was is that like every time a like new raid like Arkan, like Theamine, like Ivory Tower like was about to come, I felt more concerned than being hyped because I'm like, oh, new raid is coming. Like, when we'll be able to like clear this? Like, I need to do all the like, you know, other daily and weekly and other 5 character like kind of like, you know, anxiety and thing. And like recently, I reduced the downsize the roster to like 5 or 4.
Oh
Like, I
really?
don't play all 6 anymore. I mean, I do like do the dailies, but not the weekly. Yeah, and there are some like, you know, streamers who was already like playing less than 6 character, like Benji, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm actually having like better like, you know, quality of life. Yeah, not gonna lie, and therefore like, you know, anticipating to this new raid, they're giving me like, you know, more hypes because of that. Like I'm not worried about like other oats or something like that, other like you know, homework.
Yeah, I get that. And my chat makes fun of me all the time, saying that I do 3 raids a week. But you know, it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It's less stressful. You know, it's good.
Hold. What do you mean you do 3 raids a week?
I don't. I
Wait,
don't.
3
No,
raids?
no, no. I don't. I
Not
don't
three
do. I don't do
character?
3. I don't do 3 raids a week. You know, I do like
So what do
6
you
or
do
8.
besides
I do
raids?
like
Do you
8.
just? Oh, so you just? Oh, so
So
you're a you're a yapper.
yeah, I open up my stream and then I start doing my dailies and I just talk.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's the best way, man.
That's what I do. I just open up the stream and talk, and then my chat makes fun of me for not getting my raids done. And I always question, like, why do I have like no gold? It is what it is. It's how I enjoy the game. It is what it is. But these days,
Yeah.
I've been committing to 3 raids a day, and I've been kind of keeping up with it. Kind of keeping up with it. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Um, but yeah, that's how I do it, and I just kind of I like that, right? Playing the game how you just want to play it instead of treating it like a job. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, no, no. Yeah. That's yeah.
And then, you know, if we don't have enough, we just swipe for it at the end. It is what it is. But I mean, that's kind of like the stuff for like the new kind of season 3 stuff. Like I don't know, like this isn't really like something I was thinking about before the podcast, but for some reason when I talk about like Glavier buff, I kind of was thinking about it. Like, where how do you guys feel about your classes right now? Do you like the classes that you're playing? Do you think they're in good places, or do you feel like they need a little bit of help?
Mm,
Right. At the moment, I mean, like, you know, this debate might be pointless because of the new season coming, but
Yeah.
at the moment, my Clavier, I think I at the highest I can say it's on the mid tier when it comes to like pure DPS. Yeah, Pinnacle Clavier.
So it's back to like back before its entropy rework.
Actually better than that. Better than that. Like on those time, it was like literally garbage. Yeah, the nightmare like Clavier like era.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than that, but um,
no, maybe you can change your main with tier 4.
yeah, I actually thought about that too.
Breaker.
But like, yo,
Surge Blade.
It's
Ignited
expected
sword.
to. I mean, the so much resources expected to be poured in, and I'm scared of that. So
Yeah, like just over time.
yeah. Or who knows? Flavor might go to the moon with the tier 4. Yeah, I mean, her awakening is good. Yeah, but she rides on the horse, Chad. Yo, she rides on a horse. I'm riding a horse, baby.
I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean, then again, I'm a striker, so that shit also sucks ass. So I hope they fix striker at some point. I hope we get a buff. And again, like I said, you know, the new A gear guy, he's basically a Glavier. Maybe it's a foreshadowing a Glavier buff.
Hmm.
Where's this copium? Where's this mapping coming from?
I'm a positive person, okay? You know, I'm hoping that they'll change everything for the better. Yeah.
Positive.
Nice.
You haven't played Lost Ark enough, huh?
Yeah, and Maple Story has a lot of positive people. That is why, it's not losing players, even though the next thing is fucking up a lot of stuff. OM.
Oh yeah, Maple Story have been huffing that copium for years. No matter how much Nexon fucks up that game for them, they're still holding on to hope. They're still happy with it. It is what it is. But I don't know. I'm just a positive person. It is what it is. But Benji, what about your classes? How are you feeling about your classes?
Oh man, I definitely feel like I think EO Sophist needs a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Just for the effort of the amount of buttons you press while playing the class, I think it needs a little bit of more love.
You don't think it you think it just does too little damage right now for the amount of effort it takes and hard work?
Yeah, like the amount of effort and the amount of thinking that you have to do while playing the class, I think it deserves I think it deserves a little bit more. But I know that Eosophist ain't getting any buff because there are no new players that's bringing down the data.
Hmm.
That class is one of the hardest, by the way. People say, if you talk about what can be the hardest classes in Lost Ark, then EO Sophist, Arcana, Empress Arcana,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Enhanced Weapon Deadeye, baby, kind of stuff. Yeah, they always bring up.
That's why there's no new players playing those classes because they're so hard to play.
Yeah, it's not only hard, it's just like I don't know, the class design. Yeah, I hope they rework on the hype management. I hope they rework the hype management with the Ark Passive.
Think about this. EO Soulfist gets hype back as fast as Robust Soulfist. Easy. GG.
Oh, that's GG's. Easy.
That would be insane. That would be insane. But if they didn't change anything about the classes and they kind of stayed the same, what classes would you think about? If you were to get another character up to become your main, because this is technically a lot of people say it's a good time to swap your main, what would you play instead of your current classes?
My
I
turn.
would like to have one assassin class in the roster. I want to play another female character. Right now, I have Sophist, and then my three other classes that I play are Striker, Destroyer, and Breaker. So I think I have too many male characters in my roster. And I do want to add an assassin, maybe Knight's Edge Soul Leader.
Mm. I see. Going for the meta. Got it. Noted.
Hmm.
What are you, Memo?
I would go back to when I made Glavier. And punch myself why I made that class. Bro, the class was actually so fun at that time, because the parry skill, the dragon skill with defense,
Yeah.
that skill was so fun to use.
Yo,
and
same.
you used to like master that skill to 10 because it actually did like a lot of damage, and like when you proc it according to the boss's pattern, like it like made you coom, yeah. But like you don't have that kind of thing nowadays. You don't, like, ever since like it felt like it became sus from Vicus raid. Like until Vulcan, like Dragon skill defense was a goat, but from Vicus, when you get hit by pattern, you get gauge, right? And starting from that, it felt like sussy. And on the Clown, like it turned into a skill that you can't even use because of like massive gauge. And yeah, that's how the skill became like level 1 off meta skill. Just use it as a defensive skill. I would change my Clavier to I feel like like maybe like Arcana or Destroyer kind of stuff. I think, yeah, like right now.
Destroyer.
Yeah, yo, try Swift Destroyer, bro. Yeah, and don't call me Pusa, yo. I play Swift Destroyer.
What was it?
I play Swift Destroyer on G4 Baymine, and it's clean. Yeah, I don't give a fuck on damage. I just like go like the super like what's that emo? The Pepe like going like Swifty like that with the goggle on. Spam that emo.
Wicked.
Oh yeah, I guess. Anyways.
Yeah, that one, right? Or is like Pepega, or is it Pepega?
Yeah. I mean, I actually feel that if you don't run any swiftness on Destroyer on Daemon G4, I feel like, wait, how are people playing this? Right, like how are people playing this? Like, it's not just a matter of like missing the skill. What I felt like so threatening is like you can actually die from the pattern because of being too slow. Yeah, that's why I'm giving mad respect on people who plays without any swiftness on G4.
Damn,
Yeah.
so I'm getting mad respect from you, Memo?
07. Yeah. Senpai Destroyer. Yeah.
Benji senpai. I mean, I play Destroyer right now. I have a 1580 GT Destroyer. Yeah. I'm doing some work.
Oh. GT.
That class just keeps getting nerfed. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting nerfed even though you don't have the reason why it's getting nerfed. It's because of Behemoth, yeah.
Behemoth, yeah, the most important raid in the
Yeah.
game. Definitely balance the game around that raid. Yep.
Yeah, they Smallgate, they do balance patches according to the latest rates because of the environmental factors.
Oh,
Yeah. It's great. I love it. It makes me very happy to play that class. I feel like I'm loved by the developers. But for T4, I know Memo, you just made a video today about your plans for T4 for your characters, right? What
yeah.
what are your plans for T4? Just for this podcast, like
Sure. My plan is, since it looks impossible to do the tier 4 weeklies, like for example this like Archon raid that's coming with a gear, it looks impossible to do that on all 6 character, right? Because you need a certain amount of speculation like gems and stuff, like all tier 4, right? I'm just gonna focus on like few like like one or like 2 or 3 characters, and the other like characters will just do tier 4 dailies and funnel them. Yeah, the big ones. And for those alts, I'm planning on doing tier 3 weeklies like Thaymine, Echidna, and I'm like this might be a copium, but I'm expecting that once you transfer to tier 4 gears and stuff, then the clear time of the Echidna and Thaymine hard like will be much more faster. That's what happened on tier 3. Like when you become tier 3, then and when you go to Alaric, even with blue gears, like you're doing like a lot of damage on that raid. So it becomes like a legit farming content. I mean, if that happens, then that would be good to like get some like gold, handy gold from the alts. If like it's still a big jail, like a kid not hard and they might not hard is still a big jail. Even after that, then maybe doing some solo mode on the under tier content depends on like how much gold it gives. That's my plan. Or I might not even like do any weekly on those like alt. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, but so you're just planning to like super funnel like basically one or two characters.
One or two. Yeah, one or two. Yep, that's my plan. Because I don't know, like if not, then how are you gonna keep up with all the character to do the tier 4 weekly? With like basically, how are you gonna get like some high level like gems and stuff? Like you know what I'm saying?
I
You know
mean-
that like people always require certain spec, right? They always like it's never the minimum. For doing the weekly guardian raid kind of stuff, like doesn't matter at all. Like you can just go with event gems that they're gonna give the tier for level 6, right? That they're gonna give with the express. That is gonna be fine. But I'm not sure if that's gonna be fine with this Archon raid that's coming. It's gonna be higher than that, and if so, like I don't have money and resource to like afford that on all 6 character is what's going on. Yeah. So funnel meta.
Got it, got it. Do you have any plans, Benji?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go full El Cheapo mode.
Very wise.
At least
very
for the
smart.
first 6 months.
So just basically the bare minimum for your characters and like probably like one character,
I would probably just like
rice farmer.
change all my gems to tier 4.
Uh-huh.
Except for the DPS gems, because I think DPS gems, unless you get level 10s, I think tier 3 level 10 is still stronger than a level 8 tier 4 gem. So I'm just probably gonna keep those level 10 DPS gems. But cooldown gems, I'll definitely transfer. I'll definitely make a transition into tier 4. And I think I'll probably start with quality taps because that has nothing to do with the market. And that stays with you. So I'll probably start with the quality first. And then I'll look at how the things are designed. It looks like you need the accessories and the bracelet in order to get your enlightenment points, like the things that you
yeah.
need, the points you need for Ark Passive System. So depending on how it looks, I'll probably start investing on those little by little. But the El Cheapo way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll follow after you, Benji. After you while watching you clicking the qualities. Yeah, I'm gonna decide if this is good or not.
Yeah, I'll experiment.
Sure, be my guinea pig.
I calculate it, man. I calculate it. If I want to be where I'm at, like right now, with tier 4 stuff, it's gonna cost like it's gonna cost a lot of gold. Like 20,000 gold. Maybe a little more.
20,000, 20 million.
Oh yeah, 20 million, 20 million.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, the estimated, one level 10 tier 4 gem with the current tier, 3 gem price right now is 2 million gold.
Yeah, 2 million for
Yeah,
a
it's
level 10
crazy.
DPS gem, yeah. And then imagine honing your weapon to plus 25 again. With the tier 4 mats, that's going to be... So, yeah, I'll probably take it slow.
I mean, do you really think that? I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people on day one who are like trying to like get level 10 gems.
There
By
are
pay
going to be
winning.
people who wants it for there are like content creators in Korea who's gonna want to try for that first clear of like the new raids. They'll definitely get those gems. They're definitely getting those gems, and they'll probably try to juice their roster. So yeah, there are gonna be a few.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's why like I don't know. Some people are thinking that they invest in gems right now because in
Mhm.
NA, I don't know about in Korea, but in AAU, the tier 3 level 10 gems dropped a ton. So like a lot of
How
people
much?
are
How much
like
is it?
they're like oh my gosh. At one point I think there were 240 for cooldowns ish.
240 for cooldowns. Wow.
Somebody
That
said
was
180, maybe that's in EU. 180 for cooldown. So, because people are thinking like, you can just hoard up on those and then fuse to level 10s like day one, basically, and capitalize on that market. And they used to be like 400k plus. So they went down a lot. But like, there's also a
Wait,
part of
capitalize how? They're gonna keep those level 10 gems, buy level
and
10 gems, and then gamba for a level 10
yeah,
DPS?
yeah, exactly. Gamma for level 10 DPS in tier 4.
Nice, true gamblers.
Damn.
Or I mean,
YOLO
even
it.
it might not even a level 10 DPS. Maybe it's like they stop at like level 9 or something like that. They roll it and they get like a level 9 DPS and they're like, oh shoot, maybe I'll just stop here and they'll sell that. Like, you know. But the thing is, they hit the gamble, right? I feel like it's gonna be big money. But also, we have to keep in mind, like maybe like in tier 4, the gem system doesn't even work the same. Like maybe it's not even like you fuse the gems together like that, and then like you get the higher ones. I mean, I don't know. At this point, we're just speculating. But there's a lot of people who are trying to gamble for it, and we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it sounds like
Yeah,
both of you.
it could be 2 gems instead of 3
It
to
could
fuse. Who
be.
knows?
It could be. You never know.
Spam copium.
But I mean, it sounds like both of you guys are going to be kind of taking like the chill route and just like kind of hanging and chilling. Hopefully, that ends up being just like a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable for you guys to do. Just like I don't know, we were kind of talking about this earlier, but it's just at the end of the day, you shouldn't make Lost Ark feel like a job. You should just kind of play it for fun because it is a game at the end of the day. So hopefully, you guys
Hmm.
kind of like are able to not like feel like you're too far behind while chilling out.
Right.
Yeah,
But
Chad, look at this. We play less than 6 character.
wait, Benji,
Gigachads.
Yeah.
are you also playing less than 6 characters, Benji?
I'm playing 4.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, but
Yeah, I'm
Korea
just playing 4.
does have a little bit more time to kind of like afford to play a little less characters. We've been kind of like pushed along on this treadmill where we're just kind of go.
This like reducing the number of characters, my roster started happening with elixirs and transcendence. It was just way too much gold sync. There
Exactly.
was no way I was gonna play 6 characters doing everything, doing Theamine. Way too much gold required. Yeah, I had to gut some of my gems on my alts, give it to my new characters, give it to the 4 characters that I play,
Hmm.
and it ended up being nice. Like just kind of like just didn't feel too sweaty anymore. Just playing 4 characters.
It was so good. Like just put
Yeah,
where
it
the
feels
event
really good.
gems on the alts and just do chaos dungeon.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, now we won't. Well, now we'll all for at least our tier threes. We'll see about tier 4 we don't get it, but tier threes for us because we're gonna still have a lot of us are still gonna have tier threes. We're gonna be able to just like cruise with the free 5x3 and the level 7 gems for us. So that'll be nice.
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. But I mean, I think that's gonna be about wrapping it up for this podcast. Unless, do you guys have anything that you wanted to talk about, the two of you?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, do you guys think that this is a hard reset or a soft reset?
I mean, it's definitely a soft
Um,
reset, right?
there's no term in between, right? There's only hard or soft. Then, um, it's like
It's such a weird reset.
Like we are the object. I mean, we are the subject that's getting resetted, right? It's like do we like getting hard fucked or soft fucked, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's a soft reset, yeah.
You think it's a soft reset?
Closer, I would say, but like if you look into invent post, there's this
Mhm.
argument about this,
Yeah.
like hard reset versus soft reset, and
Mhm.
like after reading all those posts and adding my opinion, it's like mid soft reset, like closer to soft reset, I guess. Like yeah, that degree, yeah.
It's not like the same
Mm.
soft reset as like Brelshaza to a Khan gear type of
Definitely
soft
not.
reset,
Yeah, they
but
changed
like
a lot of stuff, so yeah.
but it's still a soft reset in that it's not like a hard reset where we went from tier 2 to tier 3 where like all of our accessories, all of our gems and everything got like half the efficiency, and we were basically forced to swap off of it immediately. Because right now, when we head into tier 4 at the beginning, our tier 3 stuff is still probably going to be stronger than our tier 4 stuff for a little bit, right? In
Mhm.
terms of like our accessories, our gems, our bracelets, all that. So
Mhm.
it's not like a hard reset in the same sense as it has been in the past, but it's not the same as like the soft reset that we had in the past either. So it's like you said,
Yeah.
Memo. It's kind of like in the middle where it's still a soft reset, but we're resetting more things like the materials, the gems, everything. But actually, that kind of makes me think, and I'm curious, like, what does Korea think about the soft reset? Because we're resetting material. Like, do you think that we're going to convert like our honor shards?
Honor shards, I don't think we'll be able to. I don't
Uh,
think we were ever able to convert shards.
he
Well,
actually
we
he
have.
actually said in the video, the LOA On video, that so what he exactly said is this. He said um most of the tier 3 like factors like gear, mats, gems will be able to be transferred to the next tier. This is how he exactly said.
Mhm.
So like mats can be transferred, but he didn't put a detail like if some of the mats like out of the mats will be able to be transferred in certain ratio, or will all the mats will be able to be transferred. Yeah, it might
Yeah.
not be 5-1, it might be something like 10-1, like who knows.
Yeah, I mean, because like you were saying, Benji, that it's never happened in the past where we could transfer mats, but like or
No,
shards,
no, no.
shards.
Yeah,
But
shards.
the thing is, it's because every soft reset we only use the same shard. We never use a different shard for tier 3. So every time there was a soft
Like when we
reset,
made transition from like tier 1 shards to tier 2 shards or tier 3 shards to tier 4. No, well, we don't know the tier 3 to tier 4 shards yet, but like when we made the tier changes, they were never convertible.
yeah, because they were hard resets, and I don't think the materials were convertible either. Not the guardian
Yeah,
stones,
materials weren't
yeah,
convertible.
nothing was convertible. But in this situation, we are going to be able to convert it. So there is a chance I think that shards can be converted. But
Wow.
we'll have to see because we've never had this situation before where we had a soft reset and we changed materials. Because every time we had a soft reset, well, for shards at least, because every time we had a soft reset, we did change materials, but we changed from like destruction to like obliteration stones and like honor
Uh-huh.
leaps to like great honor leaps. But we never went from honor shards to like great honor shards or something. It's always just been honor shards.
Right.
So this is the first time where we're going to do a soft reset and have
Uh-huh.
every single material be changing, including
Really?
shards.
It can be everything or it can be some, yeah. But he did say with his mouth that it's transferable, yeah.
He said most of it.
No,
He
he,
didn't
he
say
said
all of it.
he didn't say most of the mat. He said most of the min max factors like gears, mat, gems. He said it that way.
Yeah, he said most of it, not all of it.
We'll have to
The most of the
see.
min max factor, not the most of the mats. So like it's the difference of the how he categorized, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm. So
Hmm.
he's saying like most of the minimax factors, as in like gear is one min-max factor, and then
Matt.
accessory is another
Yeah.
factor. Mats are another factor. So he's saying most of the big categories are gonna be transferable.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
if
how he said. Yeah.
So basically, if he says gear is transferable, every piece of gear is going to be transferable. If accessories are transferable, every single accessory is transferable. If mats are transferable, every mat's going to be transferable. But not all the min-max factors are going to be transferable. AKA maybe, I don't know, let's say like for
Bracelet. Yeah.
brace
Accessory.
like accessories. Maybe accessories are not transferable, which it's true. Accessories are not transferable, right? You
Mhm.
can use them in T4, but you can't turn T3 accessories into T4 accessories.
Right.
So I think that's I understand what Memo's saying.
Yeah.
The
But he
reason
might,
why I
he
don't
might
think
change.
they'll let us transfer shards is because shard is kind of how they control the pace we progress at.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's probably the only reason why I think they'll not let us transfer shards. But we'll see. We'll
Mm-hmm.
find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see. It's. I feel like Koreans are like a lot of Korean players are going to be really pissed off if they can't transfer shards. Because I'm sure some of the Korean players have like tons of shards, right?
Yeah,
Don't
millions.
we most of us that have like that? I'm sitting on like 3 million on each character at least.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who would be super pissed off if you can't transfer shards. Like even if it's at a bad ratio, right? Like Frap says, even at a bad ratio, it would. I think a lot of people would feel better if they just were transferable some way, shape, or form, as opposed to not transferable at all.
Yep.
So do you think that we'll be able to transfer tier 3 destruction stones, obliteration stones, or guardian stones to tier 4?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's
Yeah, positive.
yeah, I'm pretty
What do you
sure.
think the ratio is going to be?
I don't know about that one because I think it's gonna be high.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's gonna be higher than 5 to 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough because a lot of people are sitting on a lot of mats in Korea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in order to prevent people from just like pushing super high on like day one, they're gonna have to cut it down. Either that or make it so that there's some sort of other way to limit it. Maybe kind of like advanced honing where like the mats from Echidna limited it. Maybe it's gonna be something like that where an additional mat comes in to limit how much you can hone per like, day, week, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Which I think some people over here, at least, I don't know if in Korea they thought about this, but some people are hypothesizing that in the future, like advanced honing is going to be kind of the way that we're going to continue honing going forward and never going back to like the old way of honing.
Oh. Wow, I love the energy here.
Guys,
I love all the positivity.
is this a
Wow, man.
special
Yo,
or
let me
is
have
this
some of that copium. What are you guys smoking?
Maybe it's just me, but I have heard of that as an idea that people have thrown out. But I've also maybe it's because like I'm very positive on my stream that my chat's very positive on my stream. I don't know, but I have heard from
Uh-huh.
people say that that might be a thing that they consider in the future.
I don't know. The relic is going to be 1640, and then that transfers to the ancient 1640 as you do the raids. The relic is going to go up to plus 20, and the ancient goes up to plus 25. So I think the original honing is still gonna be there.
We'll see.
we're dead.
I mean, yeah, it was mentioned in the LOA On, no?
Yeah,
Was
Relic
it?
is gonna
was
go up to plus
mentioned, yeah.
20, and ancient goes up to plus 25.
Well, but the way how you hone wasn't like confirmed.
Right.
I mean, we'll see, we'll see. But probably
We'll
it's
see.
it's unlikely that it is that way. But again, I have seen the idea floated and tossed around. So we'll see what happens.
Mhm.
Anything else you guys wanted to ask or talk about before we kind of bring this to a close?
Stay Gigachad.
No, Benji?
Not unless you have some questions or the chat has some questions.
I mean, I don't want to hold you guys here for too long because I've already had you guys here for 2 hours. So that was kind of like the expected amount of time. But I'm just going to say that, I want to thank both of you guys for being here on this podcast and kind of volunteering to be here because it is time out of your days. I don't know if what your streaming schedules are, but I don't know if either of you stream this day. Do you?
What's that? I'm
Do you
sorry.
guys stream this like today? Like is that something you usually do?
Yeah, I do usually stream on Sundays, yeah.
Yeah. And Memo?
I'm Flex.
Flex? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
either,
today
either
I'm
way.
not gonna stream. Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, whether you're going to stream or not, like, thank you both for kind of like, taking the time to be on this podcast. I know, like, a lot of people in my community really appreciate it, and I'm sure a lot of people in the Lost Ark community appreciate like your insight, both of yours, because I don't know, you're both very loved members of the community. So thank you both for taking the time to do this and kind of
Thank
sharing
you
your
for
wisdom.
having us. Oh,
Uh,
by the way, I heard you're going to TwitchCon this year,
Yeah, I am.
right?
Hmm.
I think I might be going too, so I
Oh
might be able to see you in
shit.
person.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'd love that. I'd love that. Memo?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Memo, don't you want to go meet up those MPE people?
Uh,
Riz 'em up? Memo Rizzer, 92?
uh, I would remotely send my panty. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can show my feet as well.
Oh my gosh. Well, Memo, if you and I ever do meet in person one of these days, will you do a Shigure Ui cosplay with me?
I mean, how do you get those costumes?
I'll find a way. I'll find a way.
Shigure, Lolly, and Requiem. Yeah.
Yeah, will you do the Shigure Ui cosplay with me, both of us?
Yeah. If I can get supported, then sure. Yeah.
All right, it's a deal.
Yeah. I know how to dance already. By the way. Yeah. I was trying to teach the dance to Mita. And as you guys know, Mita has been downloading my me from Instagram for 5 days now. Now it's going to 6 days. Yeah. Stay noted.
Are you gonna move on?
Why are you counting the days, Memo? Stop. That's so sad.
Nice.
Are you gonna move on from Mita if she don't know all you for too long?
Move to her house, you mean?
No, I mean like move to another girl, like find another
Like,
girl.
forget about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will, what's it called? Yeah, I have a lot of options.
Oh, shit.
All right. If Mita is watching this podcast, by the way, which I doubt she will be, but if she is, that's a message to you from Memorizer that it's the time's ticking, the clock is ticking. You won't have too long until this catch of a man disappears from your life. So get back to him. Stop doing it all. Maybe she broke her phone or something like that.
Yeah, maybe she
no,
doesn't use Instagram. Maybe she never. Yeah, maybe she doesn't check her Instagram DMs.
You should have asked for her
Has
contact
she? Did she
information.
upload any of the photos? Did she upload any new photos?
she's been and she's not.
Oh,
Yeah, I think she changed this platform to Kakao Talk. I need to get her a Kakao Talk contact.
You should have gone that on the date day, Memo.
Bro, like Stu just keep like saying he want the Kakato, and I said no, decline. This girl was trying to get her contact like 3 times.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, like girl can be shared, but like what's it called? Like after
What do you
me,
mean
bro.
share?
There's a sequence, there's an order. Like after me, yeah, after me, okay, yeah.
What do you mean, Memo?
No, I mean under contact, yeah, the contact, yeah, her contact can be shared, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. I mean, I really need a one of these days, like, get you a one-on-one memo just to teach me like how to riz up girls, because I've haven't been doing it right all this time, clearly, and there's been no results. So, would one of these days would you be willing to tutor me, senpai?
500 bucks.
Wait a second. I've paid less for that for a VTuber to step on me at TwitchCon.
Nice. 07. Right. Anyways, like glad to hear that you're going to TwitchCon, Benji. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I kind of like decided. I thought about it. I decided yesterday.
Wait, yeah, so you decided about it
Wait.
yesterday? It was that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, and you're
About
going
to
as a
TwitchCon.
representative of the agency, the MPE?
No,
Or it's
no,
just
no.
going by
I'm just
yourself?
gonna. I'm personally going.
Ah, I see.
No.
He's going as a representative of Korea, the Lost Ark Korean community.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any other Korean content creator coming out for TwitchCon. Because I know Canon's not, and Memo's not. Like unless Albert ATK is coming, like, or Zeals. I think you might be the only one.
Yeah. Kind of want to go see like Stoops too. Stoops and I am excited to meet Saint as well.
Oh, have you never met
And
him
Lust
before?
Boy. Huh?
You've never met Saint before?
No, I haven't.
All that time he was in Korea and you've never met him?
He's never come out.
What
He's never come out when he was
a
in
bum.
Korea.
What a bum.
Yeah.
Well, look forward to you. Hopefully, that you have a lot of fun at TwitchCon. You're able to, have a lot of fun to meet everybody and meet, have a good time. I mean, I'd love to meet you in person. I'd love to meet everybody in the Lost Ark community in person.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited to meet you too. Yeah. See everyone. I heard a lot of people are going.
yeah,
From
it's
Lost Ark.
really like a huge community. Like I don't know which content creators specifically over here in the West, but like Cotty's going, Stoops going, Stain's going, probably Lust Boy's going. Like I'm
I
going.
I heard John Powell's going
John
too.
Powell
I
is
heard
going.
well, Strylander.
Yeah,
I heard
Marcus
he's going too.
Strylander is going. Yep. You know, a lot of like the female VTuber streamers like Alice, May, Sierra is going. We have like some smaller.
Oh, really?
Wait, hold
Wait,
right
whoa,
there.
whoa, did this
Wait,
pique
wait.
Memo's interest now?
Wait, Ellie and Ali
Is
C's
Memo
coming?
interested in going now?
Yeah, Alice is coming to TwitchCon. May Sierra is coming to TwitchCon. Yeah, both of them are coming to TwitchCon. Memo.
Memo's like, wait a minute.
That's like Himji moment.
Are you a big fan?
Oh, of what?
Alice?
I already know how she looked like.
I mean, she did a face reveal a while back. Well, not a face reveal, but
Yeah,
a cam.
she
cam.
did a face reveal. Yeah.
Wait, what? She did?
Well, a cam.
yeah.
She had a mask on, like a a medical, like not
Yeah,
medical mask.
she had on the live stream. She actually like revealed herself with wearing black mask.
No.
And she had a dog.
But I have a ability to see like transparent stuff. Yeah.
How is one supposed to get these skills, Memo? Like I would love to know. I would
Bro,
love
like
to know.
if you live in a country where porn is prohibited, then that actually grows another industry. Like, you know what that industry is? Porn comics. In other words, it's called porn hua, right? In there's like a lot of genres. There's like transparency genre, like yeah, like NTR, like BDSM. So yeah. They're all good. Yeah.
Damn, Memo. So you're like a magician now?
Um.
You have these like fucking abilities to
Yeah.
see through clothes and shit?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Benji also watches it. Yeah. Bro, like,
What do you
bro, like, if you're living in Korea, there's no one that don't know this. It's called Top Tune, guys. Not sponsored, by the way. The site name is called Top Tune. Where
I do not read Top Tune.
Oh yeah, so at least he knows. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I don't read it.
Yeah, you can become a good, like, a high level magician, guys. Yeah. Take your shit.
I mean, you have to be doing something, Benji. You said it was 5 years since you've had had a girlfriend. You know, if you're not going to talk to,
Yeah.
you gotta be going somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. Gotta go somewhere.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, how else are we supposed to end a wonderful, wonderful podcast other than Memo really gracefully giving us a great opportunity to peer into his inner working and his inner life, guys. But again, thank you both for participating and coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. For anybody who, I mean, everybody knows you guys, but I have your like little Twitch handles down below your little image on my stream. So anybody who wants to go check these two lovely gentlemen out, please do. They're absolutely amazing people. Done so much for the community, guys. And if you're not followed to them, give them a follow. If you're already followed and not subbed, give them a sub. If you're already subbed and followed, then give them a big dono or something. I don't know. Just do something. These guys are doing a lot for us. So thank you, both of you guys, for being such amazing people and volunteering, being willing to come on my podcast. I really, really appreciate it. And I really hope to be able to meet, well, Benji, I'm looking forward to meeting you at TwitchCon, and Memo, hopefully one of these days I can see you and meet you in person, and then we could do our Shigure Ui cosplay together, and we'll do the dance together, and then you can also teach me and tutor me in these specific sites and things like that in Korea as well.
Oh yeah, 5,000. Yeah.
Wait, it was 500 earlier.
Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Discount. Okay, sure. Anyways.
All right. Thank you, both of you. And I will see you guys soon. Good luck with everything. Have fun.
No,
And
thank you for having me. Honestly, thank you for the invite. I hope the chat enjoyed this podcast.
Oh, I'm sure they
I
did.
hope it was entertaining.
I'm sure
Everyone was
And-
Gigachads.
I'm Benji, OHBENJITV, by the way, just in case that I'm new
Yeah.
to some of the Miso's community. Just in case I'm new, I want to just hi.
Yeah, plug your shit. Plug your shit.
What's up?
Plug your shit. Socials, whatever. What are you on Twitch? What on YouTube? Benji, what's your Twitch? What's your YouTube?
No, I just wanted to say, just in case, like, I don't want to
Oh, plug it in.
Like,
Plug it in. Plug it in.
assume. So I just wanted to say hi, introduce myself before ending this podcast.
Got it. Well, he's twitch.tv/OHBENJITV, and on YouTube, I think you're also OHBENJITV, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. And then Memo, what are you?
I'm a human.
Indeed, you are. All right, guys.
You're a magician, though. You're a mage.
Guys, I just advertised myself in the chat.
Yes,
There you go.
I'm
Good.
gonna give you guys a shout out on my chat as well. But thank you so much for coming, and I hope you guys to see you guys soon in game, real life, whatever it might be. Thank you both. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for
Alright,
having
guys.
us.
Bye bye.
Peace.
07.
Bye bye.
Peace, everyone. 07.